Hello there. Welcome to The Advertiser's Guide to the Galaxy with me, Karthik Srinivasan. I am back with more insights on marketing and advertising from India. In today's episode, I'll be talking about the job portal Monster India's rebranding gimmick on LinkedIn, where many employees posted that they were moving on from the company. Recently, the CEO of Monster India announced on LinkedIn that he was moving on. His exact message was this: goodbyes are difficult. The journey with Monster has been amazing and something that I will cherish forever. All good things have to come to an end and change is the only constant. I am glad to say I'll be moving on with a company that has me excited for the future and all that comes with it. What lies ahead is an experience that fills me with enthusiasm, and I can't wait to share more details with you soon. The same day, Monster India's head of sales too announced on LinkedIn that he was moving on after 17.5 years in the company. More from the senior management and assorted Monster India employees were posting similar messages on LinkedIn, all on the same day. With talks of the great resignation and mass layoffs in the air, you would be right in assuming that something was seriously wrong at Monster India, the brand that was acquired from the global parent company by Quest Corp in February 2018. But then you would also notice the consistently loving tone with which all these people talk about their now previous employer. And you would then assume that something is clearly amiss. Is this some gimmick? When you search LinkedIn, you would notice more than 50 odd employees of Monster India using near identical messages to announce that they were all moving on. All on the same day. This was all part of Monster's rebranding. Yes, Monster India was renaming itself into Foundit. Full marks to Monster India for creatively gaming LinkedIn to gain attention. This is out of the box thinking, and I would argue that this was out of the box for a specific reason. The reason is ethics. Think about what kind of attention they have gained. If you notice the many employee posts where they have jubilantly announced that they have quit, the comments are all uniformly supportive. Usually job quitting and job moving posts work wonderfully well on LinkedIn in terms of engagement. This is just human empathy at work. Most of us know what it takes to quit a job or join a new one, and it's no wonder that people would like to offer supportive messages or gestures when someone you know is going through the same. Monster India's tactic makes use of this innate empathy as fuel to power the gimmick. When these employees reveal that their previous post was just part of a marketing gimmick, of the many people who commented on the earlier post, how many would take it as a joke, where they were quite literally used and taken for a ride? Some may, and some may not. But that's where the unsavory part comes in. Our social media timeline is usually a snapshot of our lives. LinkedIn is particularly more trusted because everything we utter on the platform is right next to our entire education history and employment history. If we say something that is categorically false, it is bound to affect our trustworthiness, particularly after we announce that the lie was merely a joke on the people who took it seriously for no fault of theirs. Does that logic sound too stretched because you thought anything goes on social media platforms? Consider what Harsha Bogle did in March 2022. Harsha was part of an Instagram live session for a brand called Sportwalk. During the session, we saw Harsha was kidnapped by some unseen people, and then he goes off the air dramatically, all during a live session. In the immediate aftermath of that shocking video, people were left wondering what really happened to Harsha all over social media. The tone was one of genuine concern. Things went so bad that people started tweeting to Harsha's son, asking him if his dad was fine. Other famous people have pulled such gimmicks too. Before the release of his 2015 film Fan, Shah Rukh Khan tweeted that he was really angry that someone had painted graffiti on his home's outer wall. It became big news in the media, thanks to the tweet. 2 days later, we read in the same media that they have been taken for a ride, that it was just a promotional gimmick for the film about an obsessed fan of Shah Rukh Khan. That's the same spurious marketing tactic being employed by Monster India on an industrial scale here. To be sure, other companies have used renaming or rebranding as a lever to execute similar ideas. Back in 2005, when the Indian arm of the ad agency St. Luke's was changing its name to Law & Kenneth, the entire team received termination letters. After a few minutes, the shocked team was given appointment letters at Law & Kenneth. Similarly, when Bombay Oil was renamed Marico in 1990, a print ad screamed, 200 employees walk out of Bombay Oil. But the same ad quickly went on to explain the headline and ended with Marico's logo. Using employees' LinkedIn profiles for a corporate marketing campaign is not a crime at all. That's just called employee advocacy if done right. Bangalore-based software company Ika did this very well in 2020. To announce a brand repositioning, they got 400 employees to simultaneously change their cover pictures on their LinkedIn profile and share a post reflecting the new positioning. Ika did not ask employees to say something that was untrue. They simply asked employees to inform their connections about what their company was doing. Monster India crosses a line, not just at an organizational level, but also at an employee level. Monster India could perhaps claim that the employees' posts are not false at all technically. Even if they take umbrage in the double meaning of the posts, they know exactly what meaning would be commonly and normally understood by people. Monster India could also argue that this was all done in good, harmless humor, and we need not take it seriously at all. Fair argument if this was done by the corporate handle of Monster alone. A corporate handle is not an individual profile. The line crossing happened when Monster or Foundit roped in individual employees to perform this gimmick on behalf of the company. That's all for today, and we'll be back next week with another piece of marketing communication and another round of insights. If you want to reach out to me, I am at Beast of Troll across Instagram and Twitter, and Karthik Srinivasan on LinkedIn. I also happen to have a blog by the same name. You can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app, website, or across any audio platform. The show is also available on YouTube, by the way. Just search for The Advertiser's Guide to the Galaxy on YouTube. You can reach out to IVM at IVM Podcast across Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you so much for listening.